Hi everyone, welcome to the Coridale Information Session 2024. I am Taranga Surya of Quantum United Management. I'm the Operations Manager at Quantum United. And with me today is Sam Lim, who is the Client Manager for the Coridale community. Hi Sam, how are you?
Good. How are you, Taranga? And hello, everyone.
Perfect, thanks Sam. What we will do is now we will share our screen with the presentation and then move forward with the presentation. So we do these Honest Corporation information sessions every year prior to the AGM. This year we did hold the information session at Club Coridale function room last week. Due to the limited number of members who were able to attend the information session, we at Quantum decided to do a recording of this session so that members are able to view this recording at their convenience. Let's move for the next slide, please. Today at the information session, we'll be covering a couple of topics. We'll introduce Quantum, we'll talk about the role as the Honest Corporation Manager. We'll talk about the structure of Coridale. We'll talk about club operations. We'll touch on governance and compliance, and we'll talk on how our communication is distributed to our lot owners. And finally, we'll go on to frequently asked questions by members. Next slide, please, Lam. With Quantum United Management, we provide the Owners Corporation management services to the Owners Corporation, as well as the club management services to Club Coridale Limited. As the OC manager, we provide the following services: accounting, insurance, documentation, meeting preparation, industry guidance and advice to the Owners Corporation members. On the club management side, we provide the services of processing of club membership and booking system for the owners for the club, insurance, license, and operational permits, making sure the club and the Owners Corporation has all these license and insurance in place, maintain the assets of the club, contractor management, making sure all contractors who attend to club services are accredited as well as has proper insurances and license in place, as well as the day-to-day operational and accounting services of the club facility. We'll touch on the Owners Corporation management services that we provide. First one, as we touched earlier, is accounting services. As the Owners Corporation manager, we are legally bound by the legislation to open and operate a bank account in the name of the Owners Corporation. So we are the keepers of the trust account on behalf of the Owners Corporation. We keep the records of all accounting records of the Owners Corporation, which covers all income and expenditure. We prepare interim and annual financial statements, which are provided to the Owners Corporation committees during committee meetings, and the financial reports are included in your AGM pack as well. We organize financial statements to be audited in line with the Act's requirements. As the Owners Corporation has more than 100 lots, the legislation requires the Owners Corporation financials to be independently audited. So we, after the financial year has ended, as the Owners Corporation manager, we seek the committee approval and make sure that your financials are audited. We draft budgets on behalf of the Owners Corporation, and then the committee reviews those budgets that we have drafted, and those are included in the AGM documents. As the manager, we also issue Owners Corporation fee notices based on the approved budget, final fee notices when fees are not paid, as well as any special fee notices on behalf of the Owners Corporation. We also go forward and proceed with recovering of outstanding fees on behalf of the Owners Corporation as well. So these are these are some of the accounting services that we provide. But if you need a detailed list of accounting services that we provide, we're happy to provide a list of our management services. Last point on the accounting services that we touched on was debt recovery or recovering of outstanding fees. In front of you now, you can see the steps Quantum United goes through in order to recover the fees on behalf of the Owners Corporation. So Owners Corporation fee notices are issued. Can you go one slide
Sorry.
back slide? Thank you very much, Sam. So on behalf of the Owners Corporation, we issue the Owners Corporation fee notice 30 days prior to the due date. And once the due date has passed, lot owners would receive a text message from Quantum United saying that your fees are due for the lot owners that has outstanding fees. And 7 days past the due date, you would receive a final fee notice along with a text message advising that a notice has been issued. So a fee notice Step 1 and Step 3 are legislative requirements that the owners corporation issued. So these are done as per the legislative requirements. Steps 4, 5, and 6 only take place when lot owners have areas on their lot that are above 2/4 of owners corporation fees. At the last AGM, the owners corporation resolved to take matters across to formal fee recovery or to a third party legal team for fees that are above 2/4. So stage 4, 5, and 6, the steps 4, 5, and 6 will be done by our team only for lots that are within that above that threshold approved by the owners corporation at the last AGM. So we do go through a detailed 6-step process for arrears management. So we do kindly ask if lot owners do have outstanding fees, that those outstanding fees are paid on time, because as soon as the due date has passed, lot owners would start incurring interest on the outstanding fees. So the interest is not charged by quantum. The interest on outstanding fees are charged by the owners corporation, and any interest that you pay towards outstanding fees goes towards the owners corporation. The next service that we provide is insurance. So we make sure in coordination with the insurance brokers that Quantum have engaged, that the owners corporation has taken proper insurance for its common property. So lot owners insurance for private properties are not covered by the owners corporation as your freestanding homes. So you are required to take out proper insurance covers for your properties, but the owners corporation only takes cover on common property. Next service that we provide is documentation. Documentation covers mainly maintaining the records of the owners corporation, such as the owners corporation register, which includes lot owners names, addresses, communication preferences, phone numbers, email addresses. So those are maintained by Quantum on behalf of the owners corporation. If a lot owner has recently changed postal addresses or email addresses or contact numbers, please do inform us as ASAP. Under the legislation, a lot owner is provided 28 days to advise the owners corporation manager of any changes to their contact details. Further, on behalf of the owners corporation, we issue owners corporation certificate. The owners corporation certificate will be your conveyances reach out to Quantum United Management for a owners corporation certificate, which will be included in the section 32. And this certificate provides details of the owners corporation, provides copies of minutes, rules of the owners corporation, and also will state if there's any outstanding fees on a lot, the annual fees of the owners corporation for that specific financial year, and if any orders have been received against the owners corporation, and also will further state if there's any legal matters that have been commenced by the owners corporation as well. The documentation also includes, as the owners corporation, we need to keep records of all documents that are issued to lot owners. If a fee notice has been issued, if a final fee notice has been issued, we keep a record in the owners corporation. A copy of this notice has been issued for legislative requirement purposes. We also keep any postal ballots and special notices issued to members. With regards to meetings, as the manager, we organize annual general meetings and committee meetings on behalf of the OC, as well as we prepare the necessary documentation that is required for these meetings, as well as prepare the minute after the meeting has ended. We provide guidance and advice to owners corporation. As the owners corporation is a regulated process, we are required to perform or carry out our duties as a manager or as a committee and a member of the owners corporation yourself within the legislative process. So we provide guidance to owners corporation committees to carry out their duties during the financial year, and also we provide guidance to lot owners as well in regards to legislative requirements and their responsibilities towards the owners corporation. Now we'll touch on the structure of Coridale, which will show how the OC connects to the club, what is an OC, and also lot owner obligations. The structure of Coridale is that the land that the club sits on, Club Coridale sits on, belongs to the owners corporation. So Club Coridale Limited has leased the land from the owners corporation and constructed the club for the benefit of members. So Club Coridale Limited operates the club facilities to provide access to members via their owners corporation membership fees. Club Coridale brings the master plan together, as you know. Club Coridale is the heart of the community where all lot owners come together to use these facilities, and that's why the entire community or entire owners corporation is structured around the club access and club services. Next slide, please. Now we'll touch on what an owners corporation is. An owners corporation is created when a plan of subdivision is registered with land data that has common property. Common property means the land that the club sits on is common property. That common property belongs to all lot owners within the owners corporation. So when there is any sort of, it can be a 1 meter by 1 meter piece of land, parcel of land within an owners corporation. If it is common property, if there is common property, it becomes an owners corporation. An owners corporation is a legal entity. It combines all the lot owners within the owners corporation. If when a lot owner purchases a property within a specific plan of subdivision, and if that plan of subdivision is an owners corporation, that owner who purchases within that plan becomes a member, automatically becomes a member of the owners corporation. So the owners corporation members does not have the ability under the legislation to opt in or out an owners corporation. You're automatically a member as soon as you buy into an owners corporation. And the owners corporation does have the ability to make rules that are binding on lot owners. So you would have received a copy of the owners corporation rules with your section 32, or they're available on the community app. So those rules have been registered with land data formally at the inception of the owners corporation, and those rules apply to all lot owners. As mentioned earlier, we said the owners corporation is governed as a legislative framework. So the Victorian Parliament's legislative framework is the Owners Corporation Act. The Owners Corporation works under. Further, the lot owner obligations. There are two main obligations as a lot owner within an owners corporation. The first obligation of a lot owner is to pay their share of the budgeted cost incurred to administer and manage the owners corporation. So as I said, the owners corporation has a budget that's approved at every annual general meeting, and that budget costs are distributed among all lot owners, and it's a legal, it's a financial responsibility under the act that lot owners contribute their share of fees. So we have got a couple of questions that are directly related to owners corporation fees. One of the question was, what does the owners corporation fee go towards? The owners corporation fee go towards two components. Mainly, first component is management of your owners corporation, which is about 10% of your owners corporation fees, and rest about 90% of your owners corporation fees go towards the operations of the club as club membership fees. Why does an owners corporation, sorry, the next question, why does an owners corporation pay fees if they do not use the club facilities? As mentioned, the owners corporation budget is put together as a whole, and as it's an obligation under the legislation that the owners corporation members or members within an owners corporation contribute their share of cost to the operations and management of the OC. That's including any expenses that the owners corporation has. Even a lot owner does not use a club facility, does not use the club facilities. It is a part of the owners corporation budgeted expenses for the owners corporation, and a lot owner is required to contribute those fees. And as you're contributing fees towards the owners corporation, I recommend that members use the facilities at the club, because they're yours. You're paying a fees. There's no way of opting out of paying fees as owners corporation members. So we do recommend that you use those facilities. What happens if the OC fees are not paid on the due date? If the OC fees are not paid on the due date, the fees will start incurring. There'll be interest incurring on fees outstanding until they're paid in full. So we have our recommendation for member is that the fees are paid on the due date on or before the due date so that you do not incur any interest on those outstanding fees. And if those outstanding fees continue to be outstanding more than 2 quarters of Owners Corporation fees, then the Owners Corporation's instructions for us as the manager is to proceed the matters across to formal debt recovery via a third-party legal team, which will be as instructions by the committee and the Owners Corporation. Those will be adhered by Quantum and progressed accordingly. Last one is the lot owner's legal obligation. The legal obligation is attached to the following or complying to the Owners Corporation legislation, which is the Owners Corporation Act regulation and the regulation and the Owners Corporation rules, the registered rules of the Owners Corporation. If a member would like to receive a copy of the Owners Corporation rules, the Owners Corporation Act, or the Owners Corporation regulation, please do reach out to us via email. We are happy to provide a copy or links to the legal documents. Next, we'll touch on the club operations. We'll look at the purpose of the club, who operates the club, and club membership. So the purpose of the club is to provide recreational facilities to the members of the Owners Corporation, their household members and their tenants. Who the members or the board that operates the club is a board of directors. Currently there are 3 directors until the project is completed. Once the project has been completed, or once all lots have been developed in line with the club's constitution, lot owners within the Owners Corporation can be elected to the board. There can be minimum of 3 members and maximum of 7 members elected to the owners to the club board. There are 3 memberships within the club. The first membership is the foundation member. Second membership is the owner member, and the third is the resident members. The owner members are the members that if your lot title says your name, then you are an owner member. If there's 2 names on the lot title, then both members are owner members. But any members who reside with you at home but are not a part of the title of the property, they become resident members of the club. Next slide, please. Now I'll hand you over to Sam to touch on governance and compliance.
Thank you, Taranga. So in regards to the governance and compliance, we'll touch on the annual general meeting, committee operations, and also compliance management. So with the annual general meeting, each OC is required to hold an annual general meeting every year after the financial year has ended. And this year we'll have it on the upcoming Thursday, the 3rd of October. So Quantum has, as an appointed OC manager, we organize the AGM with the approval of the OC committee. And under the OC Act 2006, the OC is required to vote on various motions, including approval of the OC budget for the upcoming financial year. One AGM is held every financial year as the OC Act we need to follow by the book. And AGM documents are sent out to our members. All the members contains information and motions specific to the OC. The Owners Corporation Committee is a legally structured group of owners pursuant to the Owners Corporations Act 2006. So committee members must be a lot owner. They hold the position until a new committee is elected. The committee takes over tasks on behalf of all the members of the Owners Corporation and also becomes the voice of the OC. So this task includes the financial management, where we also discuss about all the financial documents, balance sheets, income statement during committee meetings, enforcing the OC rules, such as when we have our committee presentation team picks up the certain rules that haven't followed, we have to issue breaches, and that's where we also report back to the committee. And also thirdly, we also monitoring of activities and issues happening within the estate, attending to the meetings where we have 2 committee meetings, with the first committee meeting and also the budget meeting, and also in terms of complaint handling. So that one example where we have any concerns from when the formal complaint is lodged to the Owners Corporation, that is brought forward to the committee's attention, and we will try to resolve it by having a grievances meeting as such. So just move on to the next slide. In terms of compliance management process, we do have a very clear structure here in the Owners Corporation with Quantum. So once we have a community presentation team does the inspection and you notice there is an issue there, we actually issue them a courtesy letter, and they'll be given 14 days to rectify the issue. And after 14 days, if they're still not rectified, they'll receive a letter of demand from us and another 14 days to rectify the issue. However, if there's no action being taken, it will be moved on to, we will issue them a breach notice, which is the section 155 notice of rectified breach. And if that's still not been followed or no response, then we move on to the final notice to rectified breach, which is section 157. And eventually, if we have to, we still get no response from the lot owner, then we will have to move on to section 152, which is the grievance committee invitation. As you can see from the chart here, there each of the section is also there's also a fee applicable, and this fee is actually charged to the lot owner. So basically, what happens is the owners corporation will charge the fee, and also it will be on charge to the specific lot owner when they have not followed by the owners corporation rules.
Also, Sam, touching on that as well, for lot owners, that $95 fee, it is not a fine. It is a fee that is charged for the preparation of the formal documentation, section 155, 157, and 152. There's a specific document that the owners corporation needs to prepare, as well as issue out to the lot owner via registered post. So the cost, the time, and the cost incurred to do the re-inspections of these lots, administration time, postage time, costs. Those are the costs that is incurred by the owners corporation manager to follow these steps, follow these formal steps required by the legislation. So the owners corporation manager charges the owners corporation the cost for the time it has spent to prepare these documents, and the owners corporation then on charge recovers those costs from the specific lot that is in breach. So please note that the owners corporation cannot issue fines. So these are costs for services provided to the owners corporation, and the owners corporation is recovering those costs from the specific lot.
That's correct. Thank you, Taranga, for adding that. And we'll move on to the next slide. Also, in terms of compliance management, when we do compliance inspections, we ensure the lot owners adhere to registered OC rules, as well as the model rules of the Owners Corporation Regulation 2018. So most of the main compliance issue we identified within the estates. First one is the general appearance of the property. Second is the upkeep of yard area. And third one is nature strip maintenance. And lastly, the signage on a private property.
Also, Sam, members would be thinking, why is the design guidelines not included on our compliance management process? So the owners corporation captures, or the compliance management team captures, any matters that are in breach or in deviation of the design guidelines, and inform the lot owners about the deviation of those design guidelines. It is up to the lot owner to rectify those matters. The owners corporation does not enforce design guidelines. In saying that, it is only entity that can enforce the design guidelines is the developer. So the owners corporation provides those lots across to the developer, and the developer would not engage their legal team if required to send out further notification of breaches of design guidelines to the specific lot owners and follow the process of the dispute management through the developer. The owners corporation is only responsible for the management of owners corporation rules, but not the design guidelines. As said, we do not manage them actively. Only process that the owners corporation does is capture those matters that are not in line with the design guidelines, and then advise the lot owner that they have deviated from the approved process, and then pass on those information across the developer to handle through their processes that they have.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. So also in regards of communication, Quantum United Management have a few forms of communication platforms. As you know, we have a website, and as well as we do our monthly newsletters through e-bulletins, and this provide constant proactive communications within the estate. Other than that, we also have our events and activities. We also have updates and communication done through our Coridale community app to ensure that all the lot owners and residents receive the updated information that we use, register the push notifications, and reach out to them. In terms of information sessions, that what we're having is every once a year before the AGM, that such as this information session, it's really important to keep all the lot owners abreast of what's happening, especially for the new lot owners that joined Coridale estate as well. So we come to the next slides about the frequently asked questions. So we did touch base on the first one. If I do not use the club, do I still have to pay any fees? So the answer is yes. I think Taranga touched base on it earlier, that once you have actually purchased into the Coridale estate, you have the statutory obligation to pay the part of the owner's corporation fees. So yes, you will have to pay fees. Second question, my neighbor keep parking on the nature strip. Who can we report to this? Unfortunately for nature strip, it's actually a council land. So with council land, there's very limited things. Oh, we can't do anything because if there's anything you feel suspicious activity, anything not right, you can potentially contact or report to the council. But anyone parking on the nature strip is part of council land, so there's nothing the owners corporation can enforce.
What I'll do is, Sam, I will take on the next question
Yep.
from you. With regard to what benefits do members have as owners within Coridale? The main benefit that the lot owners have is to have access to the Club Coridale facilities and also events and activities that are provided by the club, and also it is there to build community and engage lot owners and build relationships between owners within the community. What does my fee go towards? We did touch this specific question in a previous slide, so we'll not elaborate on that further. Next one is who is responsible for mowing the lawns and how often are they mowed? So nature strips within the community are individual lot owner's responsibility, or a resident who resides in front that has a nature strip again attached to your property is the lot owner or the resident's responsibility to mow and maintain those nature strips. If you look at the Owners Corporation budget that I sent across with the AGM documents, the Owners Corporation does not collect fees for maintaining of nature strips or any parks or public reserves within the community. They fall within the council's scope of works. Initially, the parks or public reserves are maintained by the developer until a certain period of time before they are handed over to the council, and thereafter the council will continue to maintain them as their public asset. We do have another question that was received with regards to regarding the owners corporation fees, asking if the owners corporation fees will reduce when more lots are added to the owners corporation. Unfortunately, the owners corporation fees will not reduce, will remain the same somewhat, or depending the owners corporation budget. The reason that I say that it will not reduce is that currently there's a certain amount required for the operations of the club, and the owners corporation fees are insufficient to for the full operations of the club. So the developer currently is subsidizing or providing a shortfall contribution towards the club operations. So what happens is when more lots come into the owners corporation, the developer's subsidy or the shortfall contribution drops. So that's how it works. So currently the owners corporation fees are set at around $1,100 including GST. So a part of that, as mentioned earlier, about 90% of that owners corporation fee goes towards the operation of the club, and that when currently there's about 600 lot owners within the owners corporation, and so that your owners corporation fees or the club contribution from the owners corporation is insufficient to fully operate the club facilities. So the developer is subsidizing the owners corporation fees until more lots come in, and once, as mentioned, more lots come in, the lots will start contributing owners corporation fees and the developer contribution will decrease. So those are the extra question that we did not put on the slide. And what we would ask members is that if you do have any questions that are relating to your owners corporation, operations of your owners corporation, quantum united management, its services provided to the owners corporation and the club, and also any questions that are not relating to the AGM agenda that we have sent across, please do send them across to us via email to Coridale at Quantum United Management. The reason we ask request members send those questions is that the AGM is a structured process. There are certain agenda items that will be discussed and members will be voting on, and there's an item for general business discussion at the end of the meeting. So we would like members to progress through the agenda in line with those items put forward, and so that we value members' time who attend the AGM and these information sessions. So we make sure the meeting is done to agenda, and any questions that are not relating to the AGM agenda, please do send them to us. We are happy to collect frequently asked questions based on the questions that you put forward to us, and happy to add those questions and answers onto the community app as well. So all members in the community would have access to those frequently asked questions by members. So thank you very much for joining us. Please hope to see you at the AGM. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Thanks, Taranga. See you all. Bye.